Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of The Relatives. I'm sitting around our family table with my mother and my cousin. I'm Kris, and
I'm Barb,
and
I'm Carol,
my cousin. Today's topic that we're going to talk about is dressing provocatively, or we're going to talk about clothing back when we were younger compared to today. So, I'm in my 50s. Carol's in her 60s, and my mom's almost 80. She's going to be 80 next year. So we're talking like back in the 50s, okay? And then we're going to talk about our daughters and what we see today in our society and all that. So
I'm bursting. I'm ready to talk.
I know, but let's define provocative. What do you consider? Okay, back then in the 50s, what
was provocative?
Did you even, like Carol said, did you even think about
Tight
that?
jeans was provocative back when I was a young girl.
You guys had jeans back then?
Well, let me explain to you.
Okay, sorry.
You want me to explain
Yes.
first? Well, Levi's just came out. I'd say I was 12 years old, and the girls were starting to wear them. My mother would not let me wear pants like a boy's that you
zip up,
and we could not wear jeans. And all my friends were starting to wear them, so she finally gave in, but I couldn't wear them on Sundays, no Sundays. So it was very hard for me to get to start to wear Levi's. And I remember the girls used to go in bathtubs, cold water, so that they shrink to fit their body, so they were very
Wait,
tight.
the jeans were in cold water?
Yes, they sit in the bathtub with the cold water, and the jeans would shrink to their bodies. No, I thought that was provocative back then.
Oh my God, I never heard such a thing. They would sit in the tubs,
In the bathtub with
with
cold
their
water,
jeans,
with their jeans on, and the jeans would
and then
shrink.
they got up and they went to their party.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
I was gonna say,
I don't know how they
did
dried
they
them.
dry?
I guess, they would let them dry on their body so they would shrink.
Wouldn't they want to stick them in the washing machine and let them dry?
No,
in the
that's
dryer.
what they did.
Wow,
We didn't
I
have
never-
dryers.
You didn't have dryers back then?
We had dryers. We had attics that you hung your clothes in.
Oh my gosh, I
My
didn't know
mother
that.
didn't have a washing machine. We used to send our wash out. Nobody had washing machines until, I don't know what grade I was, maybe fourth.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. All right, what about you, Carol?
Was there a dryer?
What was your
Just one thing. I didn't have a dryer when I was first married.
how did you dry your clothes? Oh, outside in the
I
line.
hung them in the attic.
What?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So you had no provocative clothes to hang?
Oh again.
For me, I'm really trying to think back, and I don't remember ever saying, "God, I can't believe she's wearing that."
Tight jeans. That's the only thing
I don't remember anything ever being like today.
Like,
I can say
agree.
today, I go into one of my, the school parties or something with my kids, and it's like their mother let them out
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
and,
I agree. When I
but I
see
don't
them going
remember
to
nothing being
school.
too bad.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
you're
really-
right, Carol. I agree with her.
I remember when, so I'm talking like in the 80s, tube tops were very popular.
those stretchy ones,
Stretchy
like-
tube tops. Not that they were
We're talking tube tops,
provocative.
those things.
Yeah. But those things, like tube tops and...
But you would never really wear them out. You'd wear them under a blouse or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you wouldn't
Oh,
wear,
yeah.
that's true. That's very good
That's
point.
true, thank
you
you.
wouldn't wear it by himself. I mean, you would if you were laying out at your friend's house and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like you said, I thought was interesting. You didn't think about wearing dressy clothes when you're 16. But now girls in the girls I see now, they're like 15, 16 years old, have these short shorts, skin tight jeans, and then half crop tops, and, things are hanging out. And it's just, and the mother is standing right next to them, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh. But, it is, when you were raising us, you never felt like you said you're not going out with that on. What about your girls?
Never. And I'm thinking that even now today, when you go shopping for a child, like a little girl, you're looking at the same thing the juniors are wearing, and young women are wearing.
Oh yeah.
For the young girls now. So
Yeah.
that's another. I think we're confusing the minds too by just dressing our little girls like they were Beyonce or something.
Yeah.
They're not.
Wow.
That's true, because I remember when my girls, who are in their 20s now, when we were looking at dresses for high school dances, That's so true. Everything was short, short, short. And, you know, they would wear like volleyball shorts or those, you know, those skin tight shorts underneath to feel more comfortable. But everything was short, short, sleeveless. And, you know, there was just not a lot of, I don't know, I wish dressmakers would be a little bit more conscious
I can't get over with what you said about young children dressing as adults. What are they going to have when they become adults? They'll be wearing the same thing.
Less and less clothes as we see.
Yeah.
They're wearing less and less.
Do you think girls dress like their mothers? Like if a mother is dressing, you know, sexy,
You mean
then her
nowadays?
daughter's... Yeah. Not back
And
then.
the other thought is, get ready for this one.
I'm ready.
But I see a lot of cases where mothers are dressing their daughters as someone they couldn't be because they were too heavy or whatever. Now they're dressing their daughters as these models.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Good point, Carol.
And they want them to be popular, I think, too.
So you think there's society pressure?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. You think more? I think more now than when we were kids.
Oh, yes.
A lot of pressure on the girls.
To
and
dress
the
that
boys.
way, you think?
I would just picture a heavy little girl
Yeah.
with a bunch of girls now.
Yeah.
And they're all little petite things.
Yeah.
Just think the pressure she holds.
I tell you, I love that one store now. They show a little bit chubbier girls as models. I don't know if it's I don't want to say the name, but now I notice they have both models. The
They
thin
should.
and the.
Yes.
I agree.
I think that's
I
awesome for
agree.
our society to see that it's, you know, not
I
every
think,
girl.
you know, and because some men do like little chubby women. That one time, I think it was many years ago on the show, and some men did like
They
the
like
women.
junk in the trunk? Yeah.
I don't know what that.
Like
Heavier,
a, you know,
set women.
heavier, yeah, on the bottom.
Yeah, some men do like that. It isn't that you have to be thin to please them, but some men like that.
I just think it's just our society's gotten so bad about that, about weight. And
Yeah, I do
I don't
too.
know, I feel like it's getting worse, but I don't know. I mean, I think that the body image and all of that is...
Well, look at the surgeries they've come up with
Yeah.
now. Bypass or whatever that one is, or staple this and cut this.
And
Oh
Botox.
my gosh, would you go through that?
No.
Well, now, what is this sculpturing? I got to get something to drink because I get drunk.
That cold... Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's a sculpting type. I don't know what it is, and but it's...
It looks good. I wonder if it works. Oh, you remember years ago?
We could go test it out, and then we'll do a show about it.
No, years ago, but they used to do. I remember when we went to police things, the women would wrap themselves in saran wrap.
Yeah, we did that when I was in high school.
Yeah, and then you would lose liquid, and you
Yeah.
would lose,
Yes.
I don't know how much.
That's so funny you say that because I told my daughters we would do saran wrap,
Yeah.
and my sister and I used to go jogging with the saran wrap on because you would sweat so much.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that
Where
was.
did you wrap yourself in this saran wrap?
And we
Everywhere
would
you
have.
could.
I would have shorts on, and I would do it in the kitchen.
I didn't
Were you
know
not?
that. I
Oh.
don't know. I wasn't. Maybe I just don't remember. Yeah, saran wrap was a big thing. Is it still now?
Not that I know of.
Oh, I don't know either.
But
Now
then
it's
you
foil.
foil.
Foil,
No,
no.
now you drink something, and doesn't it come right back then if you're
Yeah, you
sweating
do.
all
Once
that
you
out?
start drinking, it'll come right back.
Yeah.
But at least if you have an outfit that's sort of tight, it
Yeah.
lasts for.
Or that new
day.
body thing where you pull it up and it puts all your fat in a
Oh,
place.
yeah.
I don't know where it goes. Maybe
Yeah.
you
Oh,
get
the
double
spandex?
chin.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
never
Spanx.
tried
Yeah,
one.
that's
Yeah.
another good one. Yeah. Now.
So
Where does it go?
I just feel bad for the guy that picked up this beautiful, sexy blonde, and
Yeah.
she comes home and takes her clothes off. Everything falls to the floor.
wait, this is not what I picked up. Yeah. No.
It's funny.
I mean, I don't know. I never had to, knock wood. I never had to. I think that my husband, Joe, I think he would have a problem if the girls were dressing in a certain way. I think he
I
would
know.
say something to them.
I know Bill would.
Do you know what I mean?
And the question I like to bring to the table is, let's just say there's 5 girls go out for a date night. They're going to go out and have fun.
Yeah.
And now they are 3 are dressed just so nice.
Yeah.
And 2 are dressed in
Sexy.
a sexy way.
And how old are they?
Well, I'd say they got to be 21 or
Okay.
older. And what are the guys thinking?
Yeah.
Who do they want to pick up? Who would they like to take home?
Yeah.
You know what? talking of that, and this is the truth. I hung around with a bunch of girls, and we danced a lot. We went out dancing. Whenever we went out, this girl, and she was not dressing provocative, was always first asked to dance. Always.
When she wasn't?
She was always the first one that a guy would ask her to dance, and she wasn't the best looking. Of course,
Yeah.
I was,
Yeah.
but she wasn't the best looking out of the group. Honestly,
And she was not dressing in a sexy way.
no, she was always the first one asked to dance.
So
Maybe
you're
because
asking
they-
what is
What
it?
was it?
I think
don't
they
know.
feel more
Charisma.
comfortable with her, a down-home girl.
Maybe.
I mean, I was just. I mean, we used to go out, and I mean, we did. There were 5 of us. We'd go out dancing, and nobody went home. I don't remember if anybody ever went home with anybody, and then we all went home. Maybe.
Like a one-night stand
Yeah.
back then?
No.
You never did. Okay.
You mean go home with someone?
Yeah,
No, we
back
all
then.
usually went home together. But we used to dance. I mean, you're talking 90 degrees weather, nylons, heels, and you're dancing outside.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
But we had a good time.
Yeah. I mean, you wearing dresses, I don't know if I would be able to do that like that. But
My mother, till the day she passed, would wear pants with a zipper in the front.
that's so
So,
funny that. I
we
mean, what
had to
about
go
on the side
shopping.
and stuff? That
Yeah,
was like
if they were on the
that were
side,
fine.
but never in
But
the
that
front.
was the trait that people
And
had
did
a
you
problem
ever
with.
see our grandmothers, our Busha? Never wore pants.
We're Polish, so our
Never,
Bushas were
ever,
grandmothers.
ever. I never seen either of my Bushas in pants. Never. And their dresses were pretty long.
Even at the farm?
Yep. Never, never, ever, ever wore pants. Never, ever.
Oh.
Both of them. I think my bush out they were both short, but their dresses were pretty long. I'll show you my wedding picture.
Wow.
Yeah, I never saw them wear pants.
That's crazy.
Isn't it back then?
Especially the farm.
Trying to think. That
was in the
remember
40s?
Catherine Hebert?
Yeah.
Well, I was born in '39, so back then in the
50s.
'40s they never wore pants.
That's crazy.
Isn't that funny? I never thought of that till now.
So to get, like what boys think today, like even back then, do you think that our culture has changed from guys' attitudes looking at girls dressing provocatively back when we were younger to today, or do you think the attitude is the same?
Until I saw that thing, I thought men didn't care about that they wore these sports bras, and I thought to men that was just a norm, but I guess it really isn't. I guess it does bother them, which I'm very
Yes.
happy to hear that.
I mean, I think too is, what, like, I have 2 daughters and a son. Like, okay, so my son sees my daughter's dress. They don't dress provocatively. They're very classy girls. And so that's got to be in his norm.
Yeah.
I'm sure, he's taken out a girl who dresses provocatively, I've seen. But I think his norm would be seeing his sister's kind of the role model type with that. So that's what I'm, happy about. So I don't know.
It's all different now. Everything changes. Nothing stays the same. That's my what? My Logan of the day? Not Logan.
Logo.
What is that? What is that?
What
My nothing ever
Slogan.
changes. Slogan.
Slogan.
It's my slogan. Everything always changes. Nothing stays the same.
But I think attitudes
As hard
stay
as
the
you can
same
try
in
to
certain-
keep it.
I think guys talk and just like they did in the 50s as they do today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think we have to be careful. I think mothers have to be more conscious.
I wish
And-
they would be.
and I
but
think
I think mothers want their daughters to be popular.
But you think dressing sexy is making them popular?
Yes, I
But
do.
in the wrong way, Mom.
I know it, but they're popular. They don't care what way they're popular. They just want to be popular.
Yeah.
And I think it's if the most of the class is dressing into certain fashion, you got to get your daughter into that fashion, or she's not going to fit in.
You feel you have
You think
to?
so?
I think, yes, the mother has to. Not that I didn't. I mean, I wouldn't.
I
do
know
that,
what you're saying, but you're talking
all this
about
bullying that goes on in school,
Yeah.
and
Oh my.
You
gosh.
think they get bullied because of their clothes and stuff like that too?
I think some would get bullied because they're just better than the rest.
Better meaning?
Meaning that they've got all the high fashion. They've got, if it's on the market and it's for day one, their mother goes out and buys it for them.
Oh yeah.
So she's the popular
Yes.
girl. Not because of provocative, just she's up with the
Right.
fashions. Oh, so the other girls.
Okay,
wanna
I
be
have
up.
I have a situation. Okay, I remember like my girls went to my older daughter went to University of Iowa, and she was starting the for the Greek life sororities. So they were, they what do they rush? They call it rushing. So they were rushing and all of that. And my niece went to Iowa same time as my daughter. And my sister asked, "Are you getting Sarah certain items that like certain purses that they would walk in?" So that, and I was like, "What?" Like Sarah, they were never really into that stuff. But I mean, yes, they wanted high fashion stuff, but not where we had to get it for them to be accepted in a way. You know what I mean? I was like, kind of like, wow, is that our society? Like, she has to walk into a sorority with a certain purse to be accepted?
Oh, to be rushed?
Yeah, I mean, it was like, wow. And my daughter didn't. She's like, nah, absolutely not. So that was not
An
important. Yeah, that was not an important aspect to be accepted from a sorority because of the purse you had. But my niece did go into the sorority that it made a difference, but Sarah decided, just to go with more of the down-to-earth girls, I guess. But I don't know, that was one. I don't know.
Well, Kathy had a sorority. She joined a sorority. And it was very about, taking the right clothes back to school. I remember that. She was wanted to be accepted with the clothes and what she was wearing, and just wanted to make sure. But she was accepted.
Did you buy? So you did buy. So Carol's right. You did buy that.
No,
stuff
I didn't
for her.
buy it.
Oh.
No, she just took the clothes that she had, but wanted to make sure
it was right.
they're the ones that were. I didn't take her shopping.
So she fit in.
Yeah, so she
So
could fit in.
But you had to buy them for her. She's not
No,
like,
we were up with the fashion.
so I'm saying, yeah. I see what you're saying.
What would you think would happen if she went without the fashion?
I
went
don't
with
know.
her own thing.
I don't know. Because they accept just so many girls, isn't it?
They
Each
accept so
sorority
many,
has
but it's
only two
first. It's like first impressions. So
and then
that's
she went through where they drove her out someplace and blindfolded them.
Oh, they don't do that no more.
And then let them go or something. I know.
Yeah, it's not
Negotiation
it's,
or something?
no.
Yeah,
It's
it wasn't only just clothes, but they had to do certain
hazing.
things.
Yeah, they don't do that no more. That's I don't know about the guys, but the girls, yeah, the guys.
Oh,
I think
hazing got
notice
to
it.
be terrible.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah, there was no drinking like that. I mean, she went to a private college.
yeah,
The
but
state,
we won't
but
say
private
which college. But.
No.
So I mean, I don't know. I think that the attitude is, do guys think if a girl dresses that way that she's easier, or you know what I mean? Like,
Well, I like that comedian when he said that. When you have the uniform on, that's what you represent,
Yeah.
right? Isn't, he had a policeman uniform, but I'm not a policeman.
yeah.
Well, what you have on represents with what...
That was funny. We had
Yeah.
we just watched a comedian.
I think that
make a
says it
comment
all,
about
though.
it. That girls dressing in a sexy way sends wrong signals to guys, and they don't understand and all that.
But what he says is true. You have the uniform on, you better represent who you're...
You have to, yes.
Who you're
It's true.
dressed like.
Wow, that's really true. You have to represent
I
who you
thought
are
that
by your
was-
fashion. That clicked for me.
Oh, I
Just
thought
now.
that was tremendous. I'm a policeman. Come and help me. No.
Just
I may be dressed like one, but I'm not one.
Right.
Well, then don't dress like one.
Yeah.
And I won't come to you for help.
Yeah.
Dress
we're not
nice
saying
and
no
I won't-
girl is asking for problems, but we're just saying you got to be careful in this
Yeah.
day and age, I think. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Things change.
Yes. So, we're sitting here, and my son is sitting here with us. Jack!
Yes.
He's working our computer, so he's listening to our topic today. And Jack is 18. He's a freshman in college, and at a outstanding university. And so, what do you think about the guy's point of view, Jack, for today's society?
Well, you know, like what the comedian said, it is confusing, and not every girl, just because she dresses like that, does not mean she is.
Right.
But it is confusing, and as a guy, I know like what guys talk about, and some of the things they say is pretty bad, and I wouldn't want like one of my sisters being like talked like that.
Oh, Jack. Okay, so that even means your girlfriend. Like, you know what guys talk about in the locker room, quote unquote.
Locker room.
Yeah.
Would they talk to you about your girlfriend if they thought she was? Would they mention that to you?
No, we never really talked about each other's
girlfriends.
I mean, it depends which guy we're talking about, though. if it's yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's hard to guess, and if like as a girl, like if you're like wearing something like real bad, like you gotta like be up for it, you know. When you go out, you gotta like.
Yeah. You mean talk like guys coming up to you?
Yeah,
and all
like,
that kind
if
of
you're
stuff.
gonna feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. You don't mean, you're just saying being
like,
flirtatious and all of that. So when we went to Parents Weekend, talking about that, there was a lot of girls that I was like,
At college.
I couldn't believe, went to Parents Weekend for his college. I couldn't believe that, because we went inside a bar, like what the girls were wearing. I mean, I'm talking low cut, like you're talking about a Saturday night in a college town.
Weekend.
And it's a Parents Weekend, and I'm like, what the? I don't understand that. But that's a good point. Now, okay, so let's say if you had a girlfriend that, would your guy say, listen, your so-and-so girlfriend is really dressing like slutty?
Yeah.
Would they tell you that?
Yeah, they would. Like,
dude, you got to watch out for her.
One of my buddies and his girlfriend
Your good
broke
friend
up.
would do that.
Yeah, like if one of my good buddies and his girlfriend broke up, and like a couple nights after, like she was wearing like something real bad, just to like get back.
To get
on,
back.
you know what I mean?
Really?
Like just because a girl like wears some girls will wear things just because they think they look good in it. That's that's understanding. But in a guy's point of view, like it means like they're like asking for something. You know what I mean? Like,
You mean that's the reality of it?
I mean, that's how we look at it.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, she's just wearing that because it looks good on her. Like, that's just how we.
Oh, you don't say, oh, that's fashion forward.
Yeah, like, that's what girls are wearing nowadays.
Yeah.
But
But some men like their women to dress trashy.
Yeah.
Yeah, some, like, I can name off a couple of my friends that think it's.
They like their,
But,
that was just one friend of my husband's. He liked his wife to dress trashy. And he wanted the men to look at her and talk about her.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
I mean, she would go out there dancing with other men and that, and he would sit back and smile because he liked it.
No kidding. That's a little strange, man. Yeah. I mean, so like long term for you, would it be like, for a guy's point of view, you wouldn't really get serious with a girl that was very provocative dressing, because you're looking at long term, right? Right?
I mean, depends what age you are, but I'm getting to that age where, like, I don't want to find my future wife, like, on a one-night thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to, like...
Oh, that's a good point.
You know what I mean? Because then she did it to other guys. If she's doing it she did it to other guys. And it's just, like, hard to think about that.
Yeah.
Or especially if she was, like, with your friend or something like that.
I think girls are making a bad reputation for nice girls. Because I think out there now, these guys in the bars, that's what they think. They're going to go home. Hey, wait a minute, I bought you a drink. Hey, you don't know. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah,
but I think a lot of them think you owe them something. So you better...
Is that true, Jack?
Mm-hmm.
Really? That's always been
I feel like you can never be nice anymore. And even like guys would want something, or girls would think like, oh, he bought me a drink, like hide me away from him or something like that.
Oh, really? Like, so that's the end of a girl's. Okay.
It could go both ways.
It can go both ways. So you could be a guy.
Like,
could be a
I know
victim
a story.
too.
Like one of my buddies bought this girl a drink, and the next day, like I was talking to her, she's like, yeah, like I thought it was weird, like. He just did it to be nice. He didn't try anything with her. He was just, like, doing it to be
That's
nice.
a shame that's
Isn't
got
it?
it really.
Mm-hmm.
So a girl cuts it off. Like that's, like with Sarah and Carly. They're like, the guys out in bars are jerks. So now maybe they're protecting themselves because girls treat them a certain, you know what I mean?
Men are protecting themselves?
Yeah, I mean, if you can't even buy a girl a drink just to be nice, that's really scary in our society.
And like watching me being 18 and watching like old movies and seeing how some of these guys were like, they were just being nice and like talking to girls. Now, like if you're being nice or something, like it means you like them or something. It's like
That they
childish.
Really, like they want a relationship right away because you bought him a beer.
Yeah, like he bought me a beer. Like he probably wants. That's just like they assume that, not because I've known you for 6 years. Like I might as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That's terrible.
I mean, that's just. It's not everyone, but.
No.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think, Carol? You got 20.
I know. I'm in awe with this. I was gonna ask you, Jack, this question. It's just say in the locker room, there's 5 of your friends hanging around the night before you are out, and there's a bunch of girls out there, and there's one you got kind of attracted to, but you didn't get a chance to talk to her. Now you're in this locker room, and they're making fun of her. Would that keep you away from her, or would you still be interested in her?
Terrible.
You mean they were talking about her, that she was...
Like she was...
Like
in a bad
you're like,
way.
I'm talking to this girl. They're like, oh, really? Blah, blah, blah. Like, kind of bashing her. No.
You would still call her?
Yeah. I mean, like what Dad says, the heart wants what the heart wants.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like...
Yeah, but are you talking bashing her that she went to bed with every time?
No, not that.
No, just that she was
the
dorky.
way she dressed. I don't know, or
dorky.
or to see the way she walked, and would that
Just something
keep you
physical attribute or something.
Sometimes I've noticed things like you I don't know, you've seen a girl for months, and then one of your buddies points something out, like she has a huge nose or something like that, and then you see it. You know what I mean? If someone points something out to you, then you're like, oh, now you ruined it. So,
kind of like Shallow Hal.
Yeah, so like it's something,
Movies.
something, that's,
Yeah.
it depends what it is.
I guess it comes down, we're all looking for that perfect one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if someone finds some fault in her, she's not perfect no more.
Yeah, but you're not like that though. You beat at your own drum pretty much. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I don't really care what people say.
Yeah, you don't. And I think there's got to be like, you don't care what people say because, you like what you like, and that might not be, your friend's cup of tea or whatever, and you can't. God, if we were all so picky, and my God, I mean, guys could be, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
Now, do they still ask girls to dance or boys to dance? Do they still do that? You don't go to
dances?
lounges, huh?
No.
They
I
don't
mean,
do that when you go to I'm going to say a tavern,
Yeah.
but I don't know what you would call it
Like
today.
in Iowa
They don't do that.
in Iowa City, it's all like, it's a lot of people, so there's no
So you just
room.
sit around and talk.
There's no room to like dance. No one
Dance.
dances like that anymore.
No, huh?
Like not like in the diner.
Oh yeah, the movie
Diner.
Diner is the best. It was in 1984 or 5.
It was
Yeah,
set in the
about
50s
set in the
though, right?
50s. Oh, best movie ever.
Diner, the one with what's his name?
Who was it?
Kevin Bacon.
Paul Reiser,
yeah.
Kevin Bacon.
Oh, they went out dancing?
Yeah, it
I'm
was
saying
in
like
the
that's
they had
that's
suits
the,
on.
That's the
and-
dancing I'm thinking of when you say that.
Yeah, we'd go. In fact, we'd go to big dance halls.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what was in.
Oh,
yeah.
that's what it was.
But you even
so
at
nobody does that anymore.
even at a bar, if you have like a DJ, you guys won't dance.
Yeah, you would, but it's
you
not
wouldn't.
like that.
You wouldn't say, "Oh, you want to go dance?" You don't ask a girl.
No.
Uh-huh.
Well,
But
how do you
that's
get on
me,
the dance floor?
so-
Oh,
And the whole bar is the dance floor.
yeah, it's true.
Oh, yeah, that's
problem.
true. Nobody has to dance. with
No, like
anybody.
everyone
Keep
is
it out there and
dancing.
dance.
Yeah.
See
That's
where
true.
we had a dance.
That's
with
a good
someone.
point.
And girls used to dance together.
Yeah, girls
Yeah.
still dance.
They still
And
dance
sometimes,
together.
they would split you up. 2 guys would ask 2 girls to dance.
But don't you think
Those
too?
are
If
fun
okay,
times.
so do you want to give an example? We were discussing earlier how one girl can wear a tank or a half shirt with short shorts, and then you got another girl that you've been friends with for years, and she never dressed provocatively, and she always dressed classy, and you say that really gives a testament of like how she was raised and right?
Yeah, like for me, like I always look for the face. Like you look at the face first, but
The face.
see how they look, like if
Yeah.
they're attractive or not. But if you're looking for someone to date for like a while, you would want a girl that would dress like normal.
Conservative,
and, like,
yeah.
like. But if you're just like trying to like have fun like for like one night,
Yeah.
you kind of like play a game.
Yeah. So
But-
that's been like for, I can remember when I was even young too.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I would rather like date someone that's more normal.
Conservative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not conservative.
Yeah, but I mean,
conservative, like,
Confident.
I don't know. Like
Yes.
she doesn't need to do that.
Yes.
Like you can tell like girls are like they know they don't have to do that. They know they're a good personality and that you assume too. It's kind of like a stereotype. Like if a girl is like dressed normal and like this, she means like she's a good
a good girl.
good personality. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point, Carol.
Yeah, having confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can tell.
And that she doesn't have to lead with her outfits
Yeah,
and
and
her
then,
body.
like
that,
you can tell she's like kind of stuck up.
If she dresses in a
Yeah,
way.
like she thinks she's
yeah.
overconfident.
Yes.
I mean, life
too.
was so different before, though. You know, it wasn't just, you know, to go to a dance hall, there'd be 5,000 guys there, you know, and they would ask you to dance. And my big thing is I never turned anybody down but only if he was drunk, I would not dance with him. But I mean, sometimes you get guys that were, I'm not going to say crippled or whatever, and you would dance with them,
Yeah.
or you thought they were ugly or whatever. You just went ahead, you did the dance,
And then what would happen after that dance? Would you talk to him?
no, 9 out of 10 times you would walk away. Well, thanks for the dance.
Oh.
But I mean, it's so different now, though. They don't have to go through that.
You
Yeah.
can't even talk in bars anymore. It's so
'Cause
loud.
it's
I
so
bet,
loud.
yeah.
What about you, Carol? Well, you were married young.
Yes.
But I mean,
But
did you and Al go out a lot?
Oh, yeah, we did. And I was just thinking, too, I mean, not that Jack would know this because he's 18, but I remember that you'd only have your select places you would go because you knew the crowd. Now, is there any place like, you know,
Oh.
what exists out there now? The crowd
Oh,
has
we
to be
went
really...
up north
Yeah, no, there is
dancing.
different.
We would go up north dancing.
Oh, we were always went to the same bars. When I was in my 20s, we always
Almost
went.
we did,
yeah.
too. We went Colonial Grove.
So, yeah, that's a good point. And you would have the same people. You mean you would
Right,
meet
yeah,
the same
we'd
people.
always go.
Yeah, that is fun.
The same crowd and that. And...
Yeah. Yeah, but then you didn't have. Yeah, that's true. And then if you saw somebody new, you're like, "Who's that person?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they stick out more.
Yeah.
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 And I can remember that it used to be nice music, 50s, 60s, 70s music.
Yeah.
And then somewhere it went to just banging and screaming music.
Yeah.
And I didn't know, I couldn't understand how people were dancing to this. Because it wasn't a beat, it was just
Yeah.
a yelling, screaming
Yeah.
music. So I just think kids today have lost so much,
Connection.
even with music and then dressing, and
Yeah.
it's just different.
There's no value in anything.
Yes, there you
Ooh,
go.
yeah.
Yes.
good.
You don't think there is, huh?
That there's no value to themselves, you think?
No, and like just like
I
like
believe
say like
is right.
I've watched The Godfather with my friends and we're all like, God, we wish we dressed like that still. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
now, like I'm wearing a sweatshirt and sweats. You know, like there's
I mean,
no
because
value
everybody-
in what
Yeah.
I'm dressing and what I'm wearing.
Like how
Yeah.
going on an airplane
yeah,
type
like
thing.
it's just like
Yeah.
Yeah, where they always wear white shirts and ties.
yeah, like yeah. It was
So it
cool.
doesn't, when you dressed that way was status, right? Back in the 50s when you had a suit on, or was it just the norm?
Norm.
Norm, yes.
No
Really?
status. And when a guy came and picked you up, he had a white shirt, tie, and
What?
yeah.
Like we were saying earlier, even airports.
Yeah.
You know, we would not go to an airport if we weren't dressed with a skirt on or a dress. A man definitely had to have a suit on. There was none. I mean, today now you don't know what they're going to be wearing on that airplane.
And even at like mass.
Yeah.
When
just-
when I was younger,
it's
I complained to wear a
Yeah.
polo.
Yeah. Yeah, people
Yeah,
have
it
like
was
wear
terrible.
sweats, and
Yeah.
it's
That's why I don't like to go on Saturday, because they cut the grass and go to church. Come on.
yeah,
You wouldn't go see a movie like that.
yeah.
Like
So
you're
the value is a good point. We don't value what It's true. Well, everybody email us and give us a response and let us know your thoughts about this, because we could talk about this for 5 hours. It's interesting. It's So
Now, how would you go pick up a girl? So now,
What I
but
wear.
when you're making a date, say you call a girl and want to go out, would you tell her exactly where you're going?
Yeah, you like.
We're gonna go
agree
to
on what
show
you're doing.
tonight,
Yeah,
blah,
go
blah.
like to like get some.
So would you wear nice dress shirts or would you wear sweats going to the
Jeans.
show?
quarter zip,
And
It depends what date too. If it's like, if you're going to,
you're just going to Marcus Theater.
yeah, then like jeans and like a shirt, long sleeve, like sweatshirt.
And would you open the door for her when?
Yeah, I mean, I would. You always taught me.
Yeah, I think that there you have to have manners, but I think
But I think today girls don't expect it too. Back then,
That's
girls did.
really they don't.
Yes, like,
I agree.
Sometimes
I
girls
betcha.
will just walk right through.
Yeah.
You don't even get a chance.
Now
I think that
yeah,
woman's lip killed it for
no,
everybody.
but I teach my daughters let a boy hold the door for you. I tell them and when I'm teaching him, I show them. It's always and I showed Jack. It wasn't like Joe, my husband, showed him. I think a mother shows her son his heart. So you have to you always want to be the good guy and the one that opens the door, because I think every girl wants to feel special, right?
Oh, for sure.
So,
Maybe not. I don't know. This woman's lib.
yeah.
I mean, now you can see a pregnant woman on the bus. Nobody will get up to get her seat.
Isn't that sad?
Not years ago. You never saw that.
But it depends on how you raise your sons. I mean, that has to be. And I remember going to the mom. You always said you could teach your kids about, things when you see it, if somebody was smoking a cigarette or whatever. And there's always opportunities to teach. But do you open the door for, like, do you keep it open for them? I mean, are you pretty good with being a gentleman? Do you help them with their coat or?
But if there's
It's
no
just
opportunity,
yeah.
I'm not gonna
Force
push her
That's
over
true.
to
Yeah.
open up the door,
Yeah.
But I mean, some girls expect it, say thank you. Some don't
look
expect
at you
it.
like, what?
And
But
okay.
if you don't, if they don't expect it, it's not like a bad thing. It's just,
Okay, so is the one that expects it the conservative dressing one?
oh, I don't know. I don't think it has any correlation.
That could be a
Yeah.
full circle moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have just one question. It might be a silly question, but we talked about girls dressing provocative. What about guys?
Yeah, I don't know.
How do they?
How would they-
I don't
You
know.
mean,
That's
like-
what I'm
That,
saying.
no, that's a good question. Like,
With their buttons, their shirt open.
yeah, like
A lot of buttons open on their
I don't know
shirts.
if you
if
say that
in
now.
my friend group, if I was wearing something like, I don't know, if I shouldn't be wearing, they would make fun of me.
Yeah, and you wouldn't wear it again.
Yeah, like, that's hard though. I mean, I feel like throughout time, guys will always dress.
You know what? I think men will help other men, but I don't think women will.
No.
I think I would. Yeah, your friend, you wouldn't
Yeah, no,
say,
I
"Oh,
don't
God,
think.
don't wear that."
I think,
Like if your friends like
yeah,
heavier.
I don't think women are.
Yeah,
as,
like if your friend's heavier and they're like wearing something they should be wearing. Like.
You'll
I
say
think a
something?
bunch
No,
of
I feel
men.
like girls won't.
No, I
They
don't
won't
either.
say like you don't.
No,
like
I
it.
don't either. I think if there is somebody having an affair, I think a man will tell another man, but I don't think a woman would tell another woman.
They
I
take
think
it to
if-
heart too much.
Yeah, I think if somebody come up, you know what? I seen that girl out with this guy last night. But do you think your friend would come and tell you that? I don't
Yes,
think so.
I would expect it.
You would expect it, but you think a woman would do that? Not just a friend. We're talking about just by guys in the locker room. I think a guys would say that, but I don't think women would do that for another woman.
Really, Carol? What
I
do you
don't
think?
think so.
I'm thinking
I-
today's age is different.
Do you?
I really believe that.
You think you
women-
would tell your friend?
Yes.
I would tell my. Are you kidding me? I'd be like, you better wake up,
And
sister.
I feel. I mean, I can't speak for a man, but I feel men are more protective now than they were years ago.
To
'Cause-
each other.
Yeah, like let's just say they get meet the next day in the locker room. I think he would not be the one to say, you know what I did last night with who, I don't think that they're that open anymore.
Really?
Yes.
No, yes, I agree.
Really?
You mean to tell me if your buddy had a one night stand, they would not say that
They
in
they
the
wouldn't
locker
like
room?
give details, but they'll be like, yeah.
Yeah, I hooked up like that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's a good. I feel like back in the day, guys would just like talk about it. For
Yeah, because
hours.
those were points that you wanted to get.
Yeah, but now it's like.
Because it's so easy now.
Maybe it's not interesting anymore because it's so.
And I don't know, maybe it has to do too with so much of and I'm losing the word, but like what Kane just went through.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Our
What's-
blue,
what do you-
Blackhawks player. Yeah.
Yeah.
and he was
Patrick
accused.
King.
Yeah.
But what's section? Not sexual abuse.
Harassment.
Sexual
yes.
harassment.
So now
And he was
maybe a guy
innocent.
is more scared to talk about it now because you never know who's going to be knocking at your door to say, you did this to me and you did that to me. And
True. I don't know. Do you guys think? I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's another. We could really dig
I think
into
women
that.
are cattier. I don't think men are catty.
But you don't think women watch out for like your friend?
We're not talking friends.
Okay, even if let's say
just
one of his
talking
buddy's
people.
mothers.
Let's just say the neighbor across the street saw your husband out with another woman. Do you think she would come across and tell you? I think a man would, but I don't think your neighbor would come and tell you.
Really? That kind of makes me sad.
It
Do you
is
think,
sad.
Carol?
I'm just thinking of something
Don't
that happened
think
to
of
me years
yourself.
ago. No, but I'm thinking this really happened years ago, and I'm going to change names just because I don't want this
To
person
protect
listening.
the innocent.
It's not. There's nothing to protect anyway, so I just want to change names. But we'll just say Betty. I seen Betty's husband. I went out with a bunch of girlfriends, and we were downtown, and we're at this bar, and I see Betty's husband sitting at this table, and I'm like, I don't want to see him there because what if he's with another woman?
Yeah.
I don't want to know this.
Yeah.
And then so the night went on. I didn't see who he was with, and I didn't go look to see who he was with because I didn't want to know. Mm-hmm. But now we're leaving. It's closing time. We're all leaving. We're going to the parking lot and that. And here I see Betty. And I said to Betty, I am so glad to see you because I seen Bob and he wasn't. I didn't see you, and I thought maybe Bob was with another woman. But now that you're here, I am so happy. Because they weren't having an affair, but just what you can make
what you
yourself
can-
believe.
yeah,
I could have left there
Betty
thinking,
was there.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Because
Yeah.
you're downtown too.
I'm at a place that I would never
That
think
would
of seeing
never-
them.
right.
And like that could be a hideaway for him.
Yeah.
And
Ooh.
so it was something, but I'm so glad to see her because now what do? Do you tell her
Yeah.
somewhere down the line, are you sure Bob's doing okay in that? And
Maybe you could talk around it.
What did she say? What do you
But that's
do?
not- but-
What?
no,
You
but I know,
did
but
say
that's a
that.
marriage. We're talking not a bunch of friends. Friends are more to
Oh,
protect each other.
I'm talking marriage. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm talking marriage.
Yeah, but what is it different? I mean, Jack, would you tell if you knew a guy was getting cheated on? Would you tell him? In this day,
if he was
even-
my good friend, yes, of course. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's my point. If you're a good friend, but a friend or acquaintance won't tell you.
Well, probably not.
So Betty was okay. Isn't it funny? You didn't see her with her husband
No,
all
I've
night?
never seen
But then
her.
you get into
Yeah,
your
I mean,
own
that
group
guy
or
sat there
whatever
was
you
stalking
were
him and
doing.
that, but
Yeah.
it just was a situation you didn't want to have to challenge. So
God, I would be very hard for me to tell my best friend her husband was cheating on her. That would be extremely hard. How could you tell her that?
I don't know.
That would be very hard.
I feel obligated. I don't know. I would.
Oh, that would be hard for me to do.
All right, let's do that for our next session. That's gonna be our next session because we can get into that. So, everybody, what's the lesson learned here?
Well, I don't know.
Moms, watch your daughters. Make sure they're dressed conservatively to their personality and not to please anybody else.
But themselves.
Yes, and
I would take to heart, clothes do not make your child.
right.
Teach them to be themselves.
Yes, because in the long run, full circle moment, the boys in this day and age see that it's their personality really than the clothes they wear. Right?
So that could be just the opposite. What if they are dressed provocatively, but they just aren't that way?
But
Maybe-
that's confusing.
It
That's,
is.
that's the whole
Yeah.
comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah, what he said.
But they're gonna still dress with who they want to be. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll just watch out for each other, right?
Yeah,
And
that's
girls,
true.
be yourself and don't try to be somebody you're not. So, until next time. So thank you for listening. So be good, be safe, and be happy out there.
Bye.